Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages. I am your host, MegaFreak400, and we are in the Skull Dungeon, actually. This is one of the trickier dungeons of this game. Not so much because of the puzzles, but there are really annoying jumps that have to be made here and can be kind of annoying. It's not too bad, though, but... Oh, damn it, Shrouded Stalfos, why'd you do that to me? That was mean. But I know this dungeon pretty well. Again, Oracle games are like one of my favorite Zelda games, so I definitely... I've played these quite a few times. Well, ages at least. I actually technically, at the moment, don't own Seasons. I've played it before and beaten it and all that jazz. I don't own it, and it's actually the only Zelda game I don't own. Because back in the day, I actually, this was back when I used a Blockbuster, and I actually recently had to buy back, or not recently as in a few years ago, I had a spree of trying to buy back a bunch of the games I loved, but never actually owned because I did a lot of blockbustering and renting. Back when Blockbuster actually was what people used, and... Wait, no, I gotta go... Yeah, there we go. And... Key! But yeah, I used Blockbuster a lot, so like Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, I never owned them because I rented them. Now I own them, but a lot of the games I never owned. Though, to be fair, it was a good way back in the day to get games at a cheap price without having to pay the $50 and, you know, still be able to play them. And there are obviously game rentals today, but GameStop also, as much as people say digital, or not digital, well, Netflix killed Blockbuster because of movies, but GameStop with its trade-ins actually didn't help, because when you could buy a game at a cheap price, well, you're going to want to own a game at this cheaper price than just bother renting it. Though Gamefly seems to be doing pretty well. Or I think it's doing well, I don't actually know. Either way, though, I rented Season, so I never actually owned it. And I want to prepare myself with Mystery Seed. No, okay. I wanted to see if I could use Mystery Seeds on those guys, like you can use powder on them in some of the other Zelda games, but unfortunately that is not... does not seem to work. I still feel like there's some way to transform them into fairies. I just can't remember what it is. Okay, you want to make sure to go on this path so you can get this treasure chest. These games do have a lot of those kind of, like, you do something and then you realize, oh wait, I wanted to do the opposite type of moments. Like, not stuff that screws you over, but more so things that make you have to backtrack because you messed up. Which isn't bad, it's just more like trial and error annoying type stuff. Okay, now I want to go this way. And I want to make sure, though I could also hit on the way back, I want to make sure I hit that switch. Alright, I do need a seed shooter. And I want to see what's in these pots. Okay, nothing. Well, I feel like there was something in those pots at some... I don't know if it varies, like, what determines what's in a pot. Like, sometimes it feels like there are stuff in pots, but then later, that very same pot, there isn't anything in there. So I'm not sure what determines if a pot has something. But anyway, another key. Though, a new key, because we already used our old key. Yeah. I always like having the feather equipped. It's just useful to have. It's also good for dodging enemies. Luckily, I was able to kill most of those Shrouded Stalfos, so they're not really that much of a threat. Okay. Actually, I do need the Rock's Feather here, so it's a good thing I had it equipped. And again, gotta see what's in. Pretty soon, we actually won't need to use the Power Bracelet. We'll be getting 2 ways of actually breaking pots without having to use it. Because picking up a pot and throwing it takes too long, it's just but there are 2 better ways to pick up pots. One in this dungeon and one fairly soon after. Okay, we'll actually be encountering few of these. I think later on too, but definitely in this dungeon. I can't remember if we've encountered one of these already, but basically you have to hurry. The lava will solidify for just a second. It's kind of a cool puzzle, not really that difficult. Okay, the one thing to do with these guys that I've found out, I think I mentioned the Stalfos don't jump in this game. They do. What you want to do is you want to charge up your sword, because they won't jump if you're not swinging your sword. They only jump when you swing your sword. So if you know, charge at them with a charged sword, well, you can obviously not. Okay, wait, I want to go back and okay, good. It's almost impossible to get past them if they're all crowded there. You want to leave first to make them reset. Come on, you guys. Ow! I don't want to deal with you. Right, you know what? Actually, technically, I don't even need to kill these guys, but whatever. I like making sure they're all dead. And what is up here? Ooh, one of these puzzles. Okay, this one's easy. You just jump over the tiles. And I think there is... Okay, I thought there was another slime in here. Or not... I guess there's Zols. I know people would say Choo-Choos, but no, those are Zols. Choo-Choos are... Choo-Choos first appeared in Majora's Mask. Technically, this game came after Majora's Mask, but those enemies existed before Majora's Mask, so they would still be Zols. I believe. I think they're Zols. You know, this is actually kind of... I wouldn't say, like, mean, but it's actually... This is kind of a tricky maneuver you have to pull over here. You actually have to jump over that, push this down, and then you have to be careful because you want to push it. You're going to be on one of those breakable walkways, so you want to make sure to quickly push it off there before you break the walkway and have to reset the room. But not too difficult if you are... I don't know, if you practice, I guess. So I'm going to say it's not too difficult. It's not too difficult for me. It could easily be difficult for someone else. And things that are not difficult, or that are... difficult for me are probably not difficult for someone else. It's all situational. Okay, is there anything over... I might as well kill these guys while I'm here. I need the key, obviously. Ow. Ow! Stop that! Okay. So I assume the key is over to the right. Oh, there's actually a lot to do before you even get to the mini-boss. So I think it's definitely one of the longer dungeons. Some of the dungeons are shorter, I think, later on, but they're also trickier, so, like, you could finish them in, like, little time, but if you don't know what you're doing, then... Though, then again, I feel like, some of them are actually long, too, now thinking about what those dungeons are. Ooh, key. And now we will... Okay, no, I don't want to go in the cart. I was gonna go in the cart, and I'm like, wait a minute, that would just result in wasting time. And now we get to go over here. Okay, here you want to make sure to kill the Stalfos. You should be able to do it mostly with your sword, but just to be safe, I'm gonna kill them with... Well, now I can't do it with my sword, but you can reach them on the side. And if worst comes to worst, you can always, you know, go back through the cart. If you had to. Okay, this room, if I remember correctly, this room is a pain. And maybe I don't know, maybe I'll do it easily, but this room can be really annoying because you have to time your jumps pretty, you know, good. And the other problem is with the GameCube controller, it's so much easier on the Game Boy. I use Game Boy SP actually, because with the GameCube controller, the D-pads actually, as much as people praise the Nintendo D-pads, and I do praise them, not for the GameCube. The GameCube's D-pad actually sucks. It's small, but it's also really sticky compared to, like... Okay, actually, I did that well. Compared to the Wii. Wii has a great D-pad. It's not as broad or thick as, like, the SNES D-pad, but it's... I don't know. It works better than... It works better than the GameCube D-pad, from what I experienced. Granted, you don't use the GameCube D-pad much, so it's not that big a deal, but... it does make this game a little bit harder to play than if I was playing it on the... Wait, no, what do I don't want to do that. Oh, I need to jump from the other side, I think. Die B hat. But it does make it a little bit harder. once I get used to it, I usually do okay. It's just it would be easier if I was using like the Game Boy SP D-pad. I don't know why the Wii's is better, because it's really not broad, but for some reason I can get good range with the Wii's D-pad. The one on the Wiimote, that is. I think the one on the classic controller is more like the SNES one. Though the one thing I will admit is the Wii's D-pad can hurt my thumb a little bit because it's so small. But I don't mind the pain if I get to get more control. I see that I think I played like Super Mario Bros. 3 better on that than I did in the actual. I guess technically it was the All-Stars version for SNES, but I did better with the Wii one for whatever reason. Anyway, I think this is the mini-boss. I could be wrong. It's a fairy, at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, here it is. Hello, giant sword and shield man. Yeah. So as you can tell, just like most people, or most bosses that gloat, that's his weakness. You need to use his giant sword to slam into him. So pretty much it's just a whole bunch of running around the room and trying to make sure that the sword hits him. Which can be harder than you think, only because he can move a little bit fast and the sword doesn't change directions, so you kind of gotta almost predict ahead of him a bit. So that you gotta make sure the sword goes to where you were, or that the sword goes in the direction, because you don't want to be exactly on par with him, you want to try and be a little bit ahead of him. But everything gets faster, which doesn't help. There we go. Okay, I think one more and his shield will break. Yeah, there we go. No! My mighty sword is broken. So is your shield. And yeah. Ow. No, I'm not gonna die to you now. Die. Die! Okay, there we go. Not too hard. So that was the mini-boss, as you can imagine. Well, like there was a few. I think there's a few, or there... I don't know if we've experienced one. I think there's at least one dungeon where you actually get the item before the mini-boss. Actually, I don't think we have experienced that one yet. I haven't, I know I've been playing through the dungeons, but I do kind of lose track of what has been done, since I'm focusing on the now and not the then. Anyway, we will be getting the item in just a little bit of a walk to get to it. And we actually need bombs. Surprisingly, I don't think we've needed bombs for a while. Alright, what is in here? Ooh, a puzzle. Yeah, this is where the item is. But basically, I don't think we've done this puzzle yet. I know we did a room like this, but that was the Zols, the little mini Zols. But basically, you had to... And I love these puzzles. They exist in other places, but you basically have to go through the whole room and only go on each tile once, basically. It's pretty simple to figure out, as you can see. You pretty much want to... That bat is... worried about that bat. But you basically want to kind of do a whole thing of like go up and then, you know, do a loop like I'm doing here. Pretty much just follow my path, but yeah, just not too hard to figure out. And we get the switch hook. Switch hook, I think people make fun of it, but I actually like it. And there's a reason I like it. It's basically like the hook shot, but unlike the hook shot where you can, you know, hook onto something and you'll, you know, go over to that place. You actually switch places with, basically you use the switch hook and it switches your place with an object, like those diamonds mainly are what you end up switching with, and this is what you can use to break these pots. I like this to an extent because, I don't know, with the hook shot, well, at least the past made good use of it, but I don't know, I like the switch hook. It does allow for more puzzle opportunities than the hook shot. And also, it's fun to just switch places with enemies, which you can do with the switch hook. But yeah, I kind of like the dungeon is shaped like a skull, obviously. But yeah, I kind of like the switch hook better. Also with these, holy crap. Oh, Gibdos. With the Gibdos, if you shoot Ember Seeds at them, they will become Stalfos, but the Gibdos are actually easier to beat than the Stalfos, I feel. Because the Stalfos end up jumping, so it makes more sense just to keep them as Gibdos. So yeah, the one thing that's nice about the Switch Hook, like I said, is it allows for more puzzle opportunities. I also like the sound it makes. Okay, we're almost actually done with this game. Surprisingly, or yeah, we're done with the game. No, we're only halfway done with the game actually, because this is the 4th dungeon. There's 8 dungeons, not counting the final one. But we're pretty almost much done with this area. We actually have to do the whole bottom half, but more than half of the dungeon is just getting to where the Switch Hook is. Oh, hello, ropes. Yeah, some of the enemies you can actually just kill with the Switch Hook, and some of them you actually need to... You actually just switch places with them. That's the one thing that's nice about the Switch Hook, is you destroy pots, so that's it allows for, you know, again, puzzles in terms of, well, I want to make sure what way do I do this in order so that I can actually get back to the main area or something like that. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is more difficult than it should be. I die already. This is gonna take a lot of hits. Actually pretty durable. Okay, what is pots? Oh, okay, I see what I have to do here. There's not really much to do. It's pretty much just go from place to place. Not really much of a puzzle, but... And we'll try that again. I hate when enemies push me into the lava, because it's just... it's aggravating. Okay, oh, this is one of the Zol ones, where you have to... Yeah, this thing. I find this puzzle just kind of dumb, but whatever. Okay, wait. Here we go. And again. Oh, that just opened the door. Well, that was a lame puzzle then. No real awesome reward. It is nice for killing P-hats, because you can get them from a distance. Ha! Those traps. Okay, yeah, here's another. I knew there was another one of these in the same dungeon. One of the go around the room type things. Again, pretty much I don't know how to describe it, but basically you want to kind of go in a square pattern mostly, and just kind of, you'll not go ahead of yourself, you just kind of want to go up and down in rows is the main thing you want to do. But I do like that they included this puzzle, because I personally, I like these puzzles. I can't think of what I just know when I was young there was puzzle books and there are stuff like that, like follow this path without copying squares. I actually wouldn't mind one of those puzzle books again. I remember there was like a whole... Oh, I can't remember them, but there was kind of like Chinese checkers type puzzles, and in terms of like making moves, and I know I'm not making any sense right here, but there was some like activity puzzle book that I remember having when I was young that had a lot of those kind of mind puzzles, or making sure you do the right order type puzzles, and they were fun. So I do like that they included this in this game, because it reminds me of those kind of puzzles. Even though this isn't hard, it's just cool. And there we go. That is a small key. At this point, there's not much left. Pretty much just making our way down the bottom. Actually, you know what? We're gonna actually have to come back up to get over there. That's where the boss key is, I bet. But luckily, I think there's actually a staircase somewhere that will allow us to get there. We don't have to backtrack. Like we didn't mess up, or I don't think I messed up. I say we. Technically, unless you're playing with me, which you could be, and if you're playing with me, cool. But unless you're playing with me, it's technically just me. But I guess saying we sounds cooler too. Instead of saying I am doing this, it's we as a group are doing this together, spiritually. Not really. Well. Not really spiritually, but whatever. This jump is also not nearly as tricky as that one jump. I don't know why that whole one section is just was murdered. There was one time where I just died because I couldn't do it. Died in game, not died in actual life. Okay, yeah, there's the boss door, but luckily there's a staircase, so they don't make you backtrack and stuff. That's nice. Okay, keys. You will leave me alone. Hey, when like the keys are right there and you can just barely touch them, and you want to kill them to be safe, but they're like just out of reach, and then they're not hurting you, but you want to make sure they're dead so that they don't hurt you. Like, come on, I just want to kill you. It's not like, you know, that's a bad thing. Killing can be fun. Okay, no, it can't be. And fire keys. Fire keys are obnoxious and not. I can't speak. They're obnoxious in this game mostly because fire keys, the way they're patterns, like regular keys, they don't swoop down and stuff. They're pretty much always in one area. Fire keys, you can't hit them at some points because they're usually swooped upward. So even when the regular keys, after being the fire's been put out, they're still obnoxious. All right, I need to go. Well, what's up here? I think I need to go the other way, obviously, but I'm just checking. Okay, yeah, that's where the boss key is. I need to go through that whole giant maze of swords to get there. And I think I actually have to go really fast on this one. I think it's really, like, you can't miss a beat here. Okay, yeah, crap. Come on, go, 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 go. That was so close. Okay, let's try that again, but with less dying. And run. Like, I hugged the wall. I'm probably gonna die because of it. Wall hugging is not good. Jump, 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 jump. Okay, that was so. Oh, I barely made that. Okay, that will allow us to get through, but I think that actually resets, so it doesn't really matter that much. In fact, if anything, that actually causes me to die more because of that guy. That was very stupid. Okay, this one's not nearly as bad because, yeah. Pretty much just need to get to here, and then switch hook. The only thing, though, is that keys. The keys is, I don't want that keys. No, keys, stay away. I can't afford you to be killing me, keys. Leave me alone. There, you're dead. See, that's what you get for bothering me. Keys in this game are like how bugs are in real life. I won't kill a bug if it's just leaving me alone, but if it's flying around my face or something, well, you know, you're in my personal space, man. Just leave me alone. I don't want to hurt you, just don't bother me. But they don't seem to get that. Alright, this, what do I need to do for this? Huh, I am not sure. Okay, I think, let's try that. And now, here? Well, now I guess push down the switch. And now I can't get over to the chest. Well, that was wrong. Wasn't horribly wrong, but it was wrong. Can I actually push this block? I need to get rid of this first, but... Okay, yeah, I can push that block, which means I can actually get to this. And then I can go up here. Oh wait, that's not gonna... If I go up there and push this switch, yeah, that didn't help either. Well, I would have if I could have gotten back somehow. And now I can't even get up the staircase. Okay, let's... Hang on. Let's not push that block, I don't think. What to do, what to do. What to do, what to do. Not sure. Oh, no, I can't push it that way. I was wondering if I could. That wouldn't really have helped too much. Or, okay, I think I need to do this, because that just seems to make sense. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, I pushed that there, and then... Okay, well, that would have... Why was it dumb? There was one move I needed to do differently. Anyway, boss key. And now we can go to the boss. I actually like that puzzle, though, because it wasn't that hard, but it was tricky enough to kind of give me a little bit of trouble. Though I'll admit, and I think this is a thing of the internet, with being able to look stuff online, I've become, and I didn't used to do this when I was young, I've become more prone, I think people in general have become more prone to just conceding to puzzles that are hard. And I don't, and that's why when I played Skyward Sword, I was like, okay, I'm not looking anything up. And I was rewarding to just do everything without having to look things up, even when I was really struggling. So that's why I need to start doing that, because I've gotten into the habit of just, you know, relying on the internet easily, just being like, well, I don't know this, so I'll look it up. Sometimes you just need to try and figure it out on your own. It's more rewarding that way. Anyway, boss, don't remember the name of this guy, but he's not... Okay, hang on. Okay, those things... Okay, killing them doesn't seem to do anything. I think I need to use, yeah, switch hook on him. And that's pretty much it. I just don't want to die now because... Okay, you do want to kill these guys a little bit just so that they don't hurt you. Okay, switch hook, die, 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 die. And maybe one more? I don't have that many more hearts left, so I hope it's one more. Okay, yeah, he's dead. Alright, that boss wasn't too bad. I liked it a little bit. It reminded me of, oh, what's that boss from A Link to the Past? The ice one. I can't remember. I'm blanking on him. Anyway, we got this fire thing. Woo. And that's 4 dungeons down for essences gotten, and that's halfway through the game, theoretically. Though I do feel like the next few parts go actually pretty fast. Wow, looking at the video time, this actually took me a long time. Definitely the longest dungeon so far. I do like to do 1 dungeon per video, or have the whole dungeon in 1 video. Anyway, she's remembering more and more. And a ridge! We will be heading to the ridge next time. So, see you guys.